So, your senior year of high school, you were really, really struggling with whether you should play volleyball or be in the musical at school, and it was The Sound of Music.
Yes, I do.
So she decided to do the play, and I was like, you know what? I get it. And then I found out that this woman was a nun. I thought she was going to be like the main character or something, and then she was a nun.
No.
And I was like, wait, you didn't play volleyball so you could go be a nun? Okay. And then she posted pictures on Facebook of her and wearing a nun
Listen,
outfit.
not my
I don't
proudest
know what are they
moment.
called?
I think I do regret it a little bit.
That's all she was a nun. And I was like, okay, waste your senior year then being a nun instead of playing volleyball.
Honestly, I remember going to one of the volleyball games and being like, I wish I was there. Because it was like also not, there's like 3 main nuns if you know of The Sound of Music, the musical. I was not even one of those.
You weren't even a main nun?
What?
I was a side nun. I was a side
Were you
nun.
singing like harmonies on How Do You Solve a Problem like Maria?
Oh, probably like Ave Maria or something.
Wait, Ave Maria?
Sorry, it wasn't that, but it was like
Ave Maria is not
I
in
don't
that
even
song.
know.
Have you even
Describe it.
seen The Sound of
No,
Music?
like, how do you solve a problem?
yes,
like
I did sing that
Maria.
song, obviously.
Did you have a solo in that song?
Oh, probably not.
So you literally were so down the totem pole of the nuns.
And let's look at what Kiara's college career looked like. She didn't play volleyball. She did choir, which was and she was
That
in
is true.
Little Women. She had a shining role in a production of Little Women as she was in 2 scenes in the musical there. So I think that it was smart of her to do that because she was getting ready for her
Limited
career.
role career.
Oh no! Oh no! I was gearing up to be what? Clarissa? Was that my name? I think.
Yes.
It was.
How do you even remember that?
I don't know.
I
It just
barely
came to
remember
me.
my
It just
name,
came
and
to
I
me.
was one of the sisters.
Yeah, it was kind of
What
like a
is
main
her name?
role. Don't you
Yeah.
guys remember how I was a main role?
Shut up. As it was coming out of my mouth, I was like, dang, they're gonna
Yeah, I was like
make
the
fun of me.
lead character, and I don't even.
Okay,
Do
goodbye.
you remember when I
Keep talking about
kissed a
your
boy
summer.
on scene and
Oh
you all
my
took
God.
videos of
No.
it and replayed it to me forever and ever?
I hate you guys. I hate you guys. I hate you guys. For reference, for everyone listening, this was Little Women, our freshman year at Heston. We were in. Little Women.
Hey, don't say we. Don't say we.
I know.
wasn't in that.
Okay. Whatever.
Meredith and
We
I
were
were
in
in
Little
Little
Women.
Women.
I was
Hey,
too
I
busy
thought it was
being
super
athletic.
See, there's musical musicians, there's choir musicians, and there's so many tiers. We've talked about music before,
Yeah,
and that's
there
just going to
is.
be probably every episode because we're just very musically
That's
oriented.
just
But
the
like,
type of people we are.
We will be
oh,
also
gosh.
singing in every
Oh.
episode too. So.
Every episode. Actually, in the very first episode, you guys, I was humming our intro song in the beginning of our very first episode. And I was a little bit off key because I didn't know what the key was. I just started
Stop.
singing it, and I was
Stop.
like, that's gotta
Stop.
go. That's gotta
Oh
go.
my gosh.
You're
Casey.
like, I can't have people know that I sing off key.
You have to chill.
Like, no way anyone's going to hear the opening line and be like, she is
Casey,
flat.
we all still love you.
Oh,
We
I
love you
won't.
and your
I
imperfections.
want you to be like, that's
I'll
flat.
totally go always
Get her out of there.
Get her out.
Hey, it's Casey.
I'm Meredith.
And this is Kiara.
And we're 3 best friends in a long-distance relationship.
We've learned some valuable lessons along the way over the last 10 years of being friends.
Now let's get to it because Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to It's Been Forever. And it feels kind of like it actually has. It's been like 2 weeks
Yeah.
No,
since
it really
we've
has been forever.
recorded.
Mhm.
We've been recording these a little bit in advance.
Yeah.
So I think when you're listening to this, listeners, it'll probably be like August.
Yes,
or
it will be
something.
August. And it's not
Right?
even
Yeah, probably.
July yet. So,
Today is, well, my computer just says Wednesday, June 28th.
yes. Wednesday, June 28th.
The end of June,
Uh,
yeah.
So yeah, I'm Meredith.
I'm Casey.
Kiara.
And yeah, today we kind of just want to, honestly, we're just in a mood to talk and to share about our summers. And yeah, I think some of us have done some really like cool things this summer. Some of us have just like been living our lives. And so we kind of just want to like That was me. I was trying, as I was talking about that, I was like, how do I say that Casey's done
I was
nothing?
wondering how you were going to say that.
Kira and I have done really fun things,
living.
and Casey's just literally been working.
Yeah, Casey just has like a 9 to 5 and just has to go to work all the time. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. That was.
I tried. Okay. I tried.
That was pretty good.
Oh.
Okay, so some of us have done really fun things, and some of us have just been like, working. So
some of us
we're
have
gonna talk
bills
about
to
that
pay and put food on the table.
Some of us live in a big city and are trying to buy a house.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Anyway.
So anyways, that's what we're doing today. I hope that you have as much fun talking or listening as we do talking. So
Yeah.
Okay, so Casey, we might as well just start with you.
Yeah,
since
I'm the most boring. For sure. Yeah, so this summer has been for me, like I said, grind. All I do is like just like earn that bag, baby. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm
shut
truly
up.
I'm going to work. I would say I got a new position right before summer started, so it's one of those things, where you gotta make sure that you just are a good employee to maintain that upgraded status at work. One of the exciting things, which I don't remember if I've talked about this or not, but my husband and I's buildings are right next to each other. Maybe I've told you guys, but not our listeners.
I don't think you have.
Our buildings are right next to each other, so I can actually see his office window and he can see my office window. And so we carpool every single day. So
that's really cute.
Thank you. Yeah,
and
so
I
know.
Cute.
So I'm not all boring. I do get to carpool with my husband, which is super fun. And I would say not opposed, but just juxtaposition to what these ladies do, because they do a lot of different like events. I do a lot of sport and like leagues, and I like to be involved in various activities. I don't like to not be busy, so I'm busy, but in a different way.
She actually has Philippians 4:13 tattooed on her bicep with that emoji that's like
my
steam
goodness.
out of its nose.
Yeah, exactly.
She's an athlete.
'Cause all I do is just grind, like I was saying.
Grind.
So I mean,
duh.
I actually don't have a tattoo, but if I would ever get one, it would probably never be that one. Just to put that out there. But I play in a slow pitch league. And so I play slow pitch a lot, which is a lot of fun. And I play co-ed. So my husband and I play that together. And we're both extremely competitive. If you've ever had I don't want to say pleasure, maybe the misfortune of ever having to be in athletics with me, it's not a matter of like, oh my gosh, maybe we'll have fun today. Like maybe we'll like win the game. No, we're going to win. And
yeah,
we're gonna work
I think
hard
same,
and
to be honest,
to get the job done.
You're my worst nightmare.
I know, and
on like a rec
and
league.
I tell people like, hey, before you go into anything with me, I just need you to understand what it is you're about to take on. And so some people are like, no, I'm competitive. Like, no, I totally get it. And I'm like, you don't though. Like, you don't get it. Like. Game nights,
like I'm not going to be happy after this game, no matter
if we
what.
lose, I will cry.
Even if we win, I'm going to be pissed.
Catch this dub, if I didn't play to the best of my abilities, I'm going home and we're going to have a conversation about it.
One thing about Casey, she will give 100 and you know how they say 110. Casey's looking at 200%. I'm not even kidding you. Every time.
Or more.
She will put her head to anything. Any small detail, you best believe that handwriting will be to the T if that's her task.
Oh my gosh, her handwriting, yeah. And then she'll like, I remember I was writing one time and she's like, Meredith, that's the best you could do. And I was like, yes, Casey. She said, I just know that your R's can look better than that if you try.
Well, because let me just tell you this. I believe in bringing out the best in others, and I hate to sit by idle and watch you just not give your best. That's all.
I know, it's all out of love.
This is why I'm a coach, right?
Yeah,
I just like to,
exactly.
I want to motivate and I want to get you to be the best version of yourself. So there you go. But I play slow pitch. I'm getting back into playing volleyball just because I coach club and that's a very long season. So you kind of have to like go into hibernation for a little bit, if anyone understands that. But grass is a big thing during the summer, so I'm gonna start getting back into playing grass volleyball. But I like to just like go out to eat, and I like to go to coffee shops, and I don't really have like any massive events, but I mean, we're going to see some friends and we have a family wedding coming up. It's a pretty like typical summer. I haven't done anything outrageous, but I don't know. I'm just happy. I'm happy to be in a state where I have friends that I can do things with like separate people. So July 1st, which is Saturday, my friend is in a bodybuilding competition.
What?
And
Wow,
so
that's
like
cool.
that's something like I get to do that I know a lot of other people probably have never done in their lives, is like gone to a bodybuilding competition. This is actually her second one. I'm super excited to see her progress from like her first show to her second.
Wow.
So I do like little
Yeah.
one-off like random stuff. So like when I'm like, yeah, I play in a slow pitch league, people are like, that's weird. How'd you get into that? I'm like, well, I don't know. You just ask around and then they know somebody, and then I just like to make connections, and then I just kind of like show up in situations, and I hope that
That's one thing I love
people
about
accept
you.
me,
You show
I
up
don't know,
like
we'll
you're
figure
not
out from
afraid to
there.
like ask around and just like put yourself into that. Like I feel like for me, if I now was like I want to go do this like sport and I don't know where to like find people, I would probably just not do it for the fear of rejection.
yeah.
But like you put yourself out there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I think. Thank you. I think one thing that I've never forgotten, and I can't remember if I told this story before, but I begged my mom to go to a volleyball camp during the summer. And so like for anyone who grew up in the Midwest, pretty much summer consists of sports, grilling out, repeat. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really it. So I wanted to go to as many camps as I could. I just wanted to be busy, and I'm still very much the same way. And so for you to even say like, Casey, you just kind of put yourself out there, that is like, wow, my mother would be so proud, because I begged to go to this camp, and it was specifically a setter's clinic camp. And so we were going to get, down to the dirty details of how to play the game. And I was so excited, and I was like begging my mom to go to this. And so we get there, and she's like, okay, go ask some people to play with you. And I was like, what do you mean, Mom?
That's scary.
She's like, okay, you wanted to come to this camp, right? So go ask somebody to pepper with you. Go play. And I was like, I mean, the camp's about to start. I mean, I could just like sit and wait. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And she's like, listen, if you don't go, ask that group right there to go pepper with you. We're going to turn around. We're going to go home, because you said you wanted to do this. So if you want to do all of this, you got to do this stuff too. So I was like, Mom, I'm literally going to like crap my pants, and I'm going to cry, and I want to have a meltdown. And she goes, Casey, now you need to go do it now. And so I kind of knew the girls. They weren't like a complete like stranger situation. But yeah, I went up and I said, can I play with you? And they were like, yeah. Like it wasn't a big deal. And then I was like, oh, things aren't a big deal. I think that was a really big turning moment for me. I think I was like, I want to say I was in like 5th or 6th grade. One of those ages where things are kind of like a little bit.
The world's going to end.
Yeah. The world's going to end. And then you realize, oh, it didn't.
Yeah.
And so ever since that moment, I found myself being confident in spaces where I was confident in my abilities. So if I am confident in my ability to, play volleyball, I'm happy to show up at an open gym, not knowing anybody, because I like believe in what I can do, which is a double-edged sword also, because if I don't know how to do something, I'm like, yeah, right, I'm not showing up to that. I don't know how to do that, because I also have a problem of wanting to like,
yeah,
you don't want to look dumb.
No, I don't want to look dumb. I don't want to try something for the first time and look like an idiot.
Yeah,
but
totally.
That's the thing too. When you go
Right.
200%, that's also a problem, because if my body and my mind isn't understanding the concept, there's no one to be upset with.
Okay, this is like a hardcore tangent,
Anyway.
but I feel like it's necessary in this moment. Do we ever figure out what your Enneagram number is? Like, are you an actual 7? Because that sounds very 3.
I think you're 3.
I think you're a 3 based off of that.
I remember
like,
you being a 3.
Oh, okay. She was. I can remember, because 3s and 7s have some things in common. But if your motivation is truly to be the best and to put your all into, like, I think
3's a
that is the
performer.
3.
Yeah.
And a lot of
That
3s I
makes
know at
sense.
work
That
are
would make sense.
they will not do something intentionally because they don't know if they're good at it yet, and then they can do it on their own time to be good at it, and then when they show up to work, they're like, now I know that I can
100%.
succeed in this area. I will go 110% here.
Mhm.
Is that you? I think that is interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
and maybe we did figure that
probably.
out before. And
Probably. And I don't know, maybe I don't know if this is something I've kind of like, because we've talked about how like Enneagrams, because you guys are super into them, and I'm kind of like
yeah,
like slow to
Yeah.
the train or
But
whatever.
we found ones
Yeah.
that like fit us, and you've had a hard
Yeah.
time. Like, which one am I? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I kind of like float around, but like I think as I've gotten older, I've found more confidence in certain areas of my life where I probably wouldn't have before. I don't know if you guys feel that same way about like I remember as a kid, like after church or something, my mom would like always go up and talk to a guest at church, or if we had like a guest speaker, she would always like go talk to them, and I'd be like, Mom, how do you do that? She goes, I mean, I don't like to, and I didn't used to like it, but you just kind of figure out a way to adapt and just do it. And I remember being like, I will never do that. You're crazy. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a new person over there. I should go say hello. And then I'm like,
You're
I'm turning to my mother. Which again, she would be thrilled because I know it's a good thing to do at the end of the day too. But I don't know how we got here.
I don't either.
What was
Yeah.
the question?
Glad we landed
Talk about
there.
sports. You were doing sports.
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a good,
Yeah.
good landing spot.
Thank you. I also recently started playing racquetball.
Oh,
I don't know if anyone's ever
fun.
played that before. The first day I played it, because I've played for a total of 4 days at this point, I got hit by the ball twice. And who hit me? Myself.
Oh, what?
So racquetball, I know. So racquetball is basically 4 walls, and this ball's banging all over the place, and you got to get out of the way. Like, this is literally dodgeball on steroids for anyone who's ever played, which is so thrilling to me. I see you cringing, Mare. It's so fun.
I just was
But
like,
I didn't get
just
out of the
don't wanna
way.
Move.
No, but that's the
Like Noah and I play
pickleball.
pickleball, and I get so upset with him because he he'll like play.
move?
Yeah, he'll like go like on the. I'm on the left side, and then he'll hit it to the right. So I'm like, I'm not running after that.
Oh, Mare.
I'm just not. I'm not gonna dive for this ball.
Yeah.
But why would it?
I will say, if I'm in a cute outfit, I will play better. If I feel like I look good,
Hey, we all have different
I
motivations.
will play better.
That's funny. Okay. Anyway, if you haven't played racquetball, hit up your local gym that has racquetball. I don't know where you are and what has what, but I work at a gym that has racquetball. So yeah, so that's been I don't know. My summer is sport, and I would like to do more event thingies, but my husband is also very much like sport, and we just like to be active. You know what, Kiara? Why don't you tell us a little bit about your summer? Let's
Little
shut me the
segue.
heck up.
No,
What's going on with
honestly,
you?
I like hearing that because I think probably a lot of people can relate. It's like summertime is like typically the season where it's the warmest, and you can actually do like whether it be outdoor sports or whatever. So I feel like that's very relatable.
Thank you, Kiara.
Yeah, I mean relatable for other people. For me, I would say that I don't.
Oh my
I mean, you guys are absolutely
don't
roasting
do a lot
me.
of outdoor.
It's relatable for total
Some-
losers who don't have anything to do.
Some people have really good summers, and some people just don't at
No.
all. And you are one of them.
No.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying
yeah.
I'm not as athletic as you. Like sure, maybe I did sports in high school and sure tennis in college, but I just am not typically like the sporty girl. So my summers don't revolve around that. However, I've been trying to pick up pickleball with my
As
team
you
at
should.
work,
It's
and it's
such a
really
blast.
fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I do enjoy that a lot. But well, actually I was going to tell you guys a recent thing that I did was go to Canada.
Yeah.
I went for a week. Yeah, so I figured this would be a good time to tell you guys because it's been forever and haven't told you guys about it. So for those listening and don't know me, I am Canadian. My dad's from Alberta, and so all my family on that side of the world, LOL, that side of the family is from lives in Canada. Anyway, so we went up for my grandma's 90th birthday. She celebrated being 90 the beginning of June.
It looks so cute.
And it was honestly, guys, I mean, I only see that family like every so often. 2019 was the last time. And that was when my brother, which is a long time ago, I know, 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
And that's when my brother and his then girlfriend got engaged, which is wild because they've been married for 3 years now. So it's
They've
just
been married for 3 years.
3 years. They just last month celebrated their 3-year anniversary. So it just like puts time into perspective. And literally, I'm seeing these like my cousin's kids who at the time were like 12, and now they're like almost graduating high school. It feels like, and have girlfriends. And I'm like, no, you're 7 in my mind. Like you cannot possibly have a girlfriend of like 3 years. I'm like, there's no way. So it's just like the weirdest time warp to see family that you only see every 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So it was really special. I will say, like, my grandma is 90, and she's obviously, I just said that, but like my grandpa died maybe like 12 years ago. So it's like, she is just the kind of woman just super full of faith, but she's just like, I just want to be with my, like, I just kind of want to go at this point, just because she's lived like her whole life. She was married at 19, and so she's lived her whole, like, almost whole life. Yeah, married at 19. I know she said, and she just like loves my grandpa so much. So I think the fact that she is like without him, 19 to, I mean, she was probably
attempting math right now,
What is
Meredith?
that? Okay, I am.
Yeah,
we've never claimed to be a math podcast. We know this.
Hey,
57 years.
okay, hold on.
I honestly
I got a calculator.
cannot even do that.
If she's
yeah,
90.
we'll
Okay,
get the
90
calculation.
minus
19
minus
but also
12.
minus 12.
Yeah.
59. Is that right?
59. I said 57.
You said 57. That's pretty close.
It's okay. We never claimed to be a math podcast, and we never will.
Well, think
Yeah.
almost 60 years of our life. Like, we're not
That's
even 30
why
yet. Like, that's that's more than double our life with someone. Is just like, I mean, it was really cute because we got to watch one of my cousin's wedding videos, and my grandpa married them. And it was just cute because I got to see him like in like live form almost, like talking to them and like moving his hands and the way, like the cadence of like his speech. I'm just like, I have forgotten what he sounded like. And he was just like an amazing man. And I have this one photo. I'm going to have to text it to you guys later. It's just my grandma like curling up on her like rocker chair, just like staring at him like a little schoolgirl, just like gawking. And it like made me cry because I could feel the love that she has for him. And she kept saying that like her speech is pretty slow now. She just like, it's hard for her to talk like at length, but like she kept saying the whole week we were there was like, that was so special to like see him. And I'm like, like it was a cute moment. It was a really cute moment. And so I mean, especially, I mean, with anyone really, but especially with grandparents, and I don't see her but every 4 years. Like, I just don't know, obviously when she's gonna pass. So like, just every time I see her, I just want to like be there fully. And it was just so special. But I was going to tell you guys one kind of new hobby that I want to start this summer is film photography.
Whoa.
Which is super random. But so I got this like Target film camera and I brought it to Canada, and I'm just, snapping away. And then at one point my grandma just like leaves the room, comes back with my grandpa's old film
Shut
camera.
your mouth.
And she still has it in like its original bag, original form. And she's like, I don't use this anymore. Do you want to have it? And I literally was like, yes.
That's
amazing.
amazing.
I asked it was my dad and his brother at the time, and they're like, obviously like his kids. I was like, do you guys want it? Because like, I would take it if you don't, but you are, you're first in line. And they're like, oh, we would never use it. And I was like, okay, great. Then I'm going to take it. And so I've been snapping away with it in Canada. So I have to like, hopefully the film will like develop and it actually like functions.
Yeah,
that is
how
just
old
like
is the film?
Exactly.
But that's
I
really
have
cool.
no idea. But how cute! It was just like
wow, yeah,
such a sweet thing. And especially if it does like work and the film can actually be developed after whatever, like I think I'm gonna use that and like make that a new hobby because I think it'd be cute. And it's like kind of living out my grandpa's legacy in a way, in like a way that I didn't know. I know.
Yeah.
How
BRB
cute.
crying.
I have a really horrible
So-
intrusive thought, and I just have to ask it.
Okay.
Did you have to
Okay.
claim that in customs?
I didn't actually.
Oh.
No, I could just take
That
it.
was not the awful intrusive thought I thought.
No,
Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
I had no idea where that was going. That wasn't that bad. No, I
Yeah,
didn't
I guess
have
it wasn't
to.
that bad.
I mean, if I'm honest, customs going in and out is. I have a U.S. passport, so it's like obviously like I'm American, but like I am fully Canadian too. So I could get a Canadian passport. It probably would make it easier going in and out, but I have yet to have that. But they didn't really ask. The only thing they really like asked if I had was like fruit from a farm, and I was
Did
like,
you?
no. So I mean, no. I went to a farm, but I didn't like get fruit from a farm. I think it's like something in the dirt.
You
They're,
probably had
like,
dirt on the bottom of
concerned
your
about.
shoes. Did you claim that?
How dare you?
I'm gonna claim this one speckle of dust from my Air
Speckle
Force
of
Ones.
dust? Does dust speckle?
Oh gosh, just this
A
one
speckle?
dust
Just a little speckle.
just a little speck.
Little speckle of dust.
Oh gosh, but I mean, overall, that's been just a recent highlight in my summer.
That's really
was
cool.
That
That's
it was
super
really
fun.
cool, and like just even beyond my grandma and my aunts and uncles, just like I have a lot of family there. I have like 40, 50 family members, and that are like cousins and children of cousins. So it's like I just kind of forget that how big it is until I'm with everyone. I'm like, oh yeah, and they're all there. So we're kind
Yeah,
of the
wow.
out. I mean, I wouldn't say outcasts, but like outcasts in
You're
the
the
way
ones
of, like,
that moved
yeah.
away.
Exactly. My dad was the one sibling that like went to college and moved away and like went to school where I like grew up. Like that's where he and my mom
Became
like
an
started.
American.
Did he go to EMU?
He did, yeah. he
Okay.
went to
Is that
EMU.
where your parents met?
They did? They met at EMU, or I guess EMC.
EMC
time.
then,
EMC.
yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, that's where they went because it was like the bit like at the time I think like the biggest or only like Mennonite school. Maybe that could
I think
be a lie. That could be a
besides
lie, but I'm gonna
Heston,
go
I
with
think
that.
it was either or.
Probably.
Oh, okay.
I know Heston's
Maybe
been
that's what
around
it
for a
was.
hot minute.
I don't know
Oh.
a single person from my hometown who has gone to the other ones, really.
Besides EMU.
Really?
Except Rosedale.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know
EMU and
Rosedale. I know
Heston.
Rosedale. I have some people.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know a lot of
Rosedale,
people
like
from
Bible college.
Rosedale.
Yeah.
For my area, it's
Mm.
like a lot of Heston, Rosedale, Goshen is a big one too, just because
Oh yeah.
we're pretty
Okay.
close to Indiana, and then EMU. Those are probably the biggest ones. But
Yeah.
People probably don't really go to EMU from Iowa, do they?
I mean, like you get a few, but it doesn't happen as often as
Sure.
for you guys, obviously, because it's just so
Yeah,
far away.
Yeah.
We're like right there. Yep. Totally.
And these are all Mennonite colleges. If you have no
Yeah,
idea, if
for-
you
If
were
you're just
talking
picking
in
up
another
right now,
language,
you're like, what the heck? Go back a couple
just-
episodes; it might make a little bit more sense.
just go back.
Yep.
Yes, just all the Mennonite roots. But I will say too, it was really cute because we went to a Mennonite church, and I was like, I don't think I've been to a Mennonite church in years.
Oh
Which was
yeah.
really sweet. It was just fun.
Did you guys like sing?
hymns
Yeah,
and-
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
what hymns did you
we sang
sing?
hymns.
Okay. Next question.
Okay,
did you?
I'm trying to remember the love of God.
love
Is
of
that-
God.
The love of
God
God.
is great to fall.
Okay, literally, we were like, we're not gonna sing. We're singing.
Guys, look it up.
Gosh, I have a lot of other things that I'm doing in the summer, but it's mainly just like I am forcing myself to stay busy, and my form of busy is like either like hosting a party or like literally like using all of my paycheck to go like to a concert or something. So it's just like those things
Classic.
that like I have to do to look forward to. And actually, do you guys? Have we said this before? I don't know. Do you know Maggie Rogers?
Love Maggie Rogers. Sorry, that was so,
Maggie,
but I love
know.
her.
She's so
Our
good.
wedding was
Not me
like,
secretly looking
yeah,
up
I mean,
Maggie
like
Rogers.
the songs,
Duh.
the song that you sang is Maggie Rogers.
I love you for a
Love
long
you for
time.
a long time.
Yeah.
Like the song that I literally sang.
The song that you literally sang at my wedding. Yeah.
I'm dead. Literally at Mary's wedding. Not
Or
even a year
she's
ago.
famous for like Alaska was her big one
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Leave a Light On.
Oh, leave the light on.
Surrender.
Yeah, she's very good.
She's really fun.
Right now,
You should-
her current album or I think it's her most recent one with like black and white picture of
Mhm.
her. That one's
This
so
one?
good.
I don't know that one as well.
No. No.
Wait, what is that? Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just a
that is
picture
that
of
is
her.
her then. Yeah, yeah.
That is
But
her,
that's not
yes,
the
but that's not the
album.
album. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, she's coming to Charlotte the end of July.
What?
So I'm got tickets on a whim. I mean, it's at this like arena that has a lawn, and I always get the lawn tickets because I've figured out this arena. There's like one like standing area right by the stage that like is just open. It's like by the bathrooms and concessions, kind of. But like you could totally just stand there and make that your spot. And so I have all intents and purposes of just going right there, staying
I love that.
planted and watching her. So that's just like a fun summary thing. I just love a summer concert, and I know Mare has a big one that she just went to, so I can pivot
But
to her.
like really quick before we do this story, Kiara, I want you to tell the story of when you were in your pink hair era and you went to the concert.
The JP
Please,
yeah,
can
that
you
is
please tell that
yes.
story? Because honestly,
Shoot, how to tell that
if you
story.
didn't get the updated updates, I guess, from Kiara during
Oh
that
my
entire
gosh.
thing, you wouldn't even believe it.
Oh,
It was amazing.
It was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
okay, just you got to tell
I'm gonna actually go back to. I'm going back to my DMs because it's that good. So there's this artist that I just love. His name is JP Saxe, and if you're like, who the heck is that? You probably know his song "If the World Was Ending" with Julia Michaels. You probably know him. He used to date her too, and that would probably be the way that you know him. But if not, that's okay. Go look him up. But I've just grown to freaking love him, and he came to Charlotte last summer, and so I went naturally to his concert. And I kid you not, so at this time I had vibrant pink hair, like kind of mid-length hair, and I was just like fully, like I was in a different era, like pink curly hair. Okay, just picture it, like I was living my life. I kid you not, I walk in with my roommate Gabby, and I think we locked eyes initially, like the second I walked in. And so I kind of felt, I was like, ooh, do we have a vibe? Do we not? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was starting to date someone at the time. So I'm like, I can't be like actually that in love with him, obviously, because this is a musician. But I was just like, he's been like a celebrity crush. But I'm like, whoa, he's right here in front of my eyes, kind of a thing. Anyway, me and this friend do the thing that I just talked about. This arena, we go to the side where, you know, I'm really bad at distances, but I'm going to say 100 yards from the stage.
I believe you.
Pretty close. Pretty close. And he started singing a couple songs, and he's kind of like looking around the room, and then he finds me and my friend, and he just like keeps looking over at us. And I swear to you guys, he sang a song to me. He did.
What
and
song?
What
song?
Oh, I feel like I should know this. I'll think about it by the time I end up talking about this.
Cool.
But I kid you not, he locked eyes with me and sang the song. I can confirm, only because I was like, is this in my head or not? But the people, there were two girls on my left and a couple on my right, and they both were like, I think he's looking at you.
God.
And I was like,
Kiara, that night you literally lived every girl's dream. Like, you need to understand that, and I know you do, but I also just need to emphasize you.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody hopes that they go to a concert and that they like get picked out. And, like, come on stage, I love you, and like, and then you
absolutely that's
the dream, and you were living the dream.
Yep.
Okay, and then it gets better.
Everyone wants to be the one less lonely girl.
Oh,
Everyone wants to be the one less lonely girl.
If you were the one less lonely girl and you happen to be listening to this, please can you tell us about it?
Like,
and I hate you.
Please tell us.
And I hate you, right, Mare?
We want you on the pod, actually. So anyways, so a little bit of backstory. I was just looking up his concert tickets, bought it. Turns out he was an opener from someone. I thought it was his own concert. And so I went for him and realized, oh, he's an opener. Okay, cool. We stayed till the end, but I tag him in a photo, mind you, and I kid you not, you guys, he slid into my
DMs.
Oh my gosh.
I'm looking at it right now. And he literally said, thanks for being there. And I said, seriously, was the best. Are you still hanging around after the concert? Because he had made an announcement afterwards and said, like, I'll be over there to meet.
You know how to do it.
And I was like, okay. And he said, yep, in that side area where the merch is when Ben's done. That was the guy that was opening it. Smiley face. And I said, great. See you then. So anyways, I go over, I meet him. It's super fun. Me and my friend, naturally she's like gassing me up, like, Kiki, this and that. And we want to like take him like out for like a drink or something afterwards. And he was like literally had a show the next day in Raleigh, so like had to be on the road, or else we think that he would have stayed. Like we like to think.
Yeah.
So
I like that narrative.
I do too.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling myself. He would have done it
totally.
Because he honestly, when I talked to him in person, I mean, sure, I was starstruck because I've been like liking his music for years, but he was also super chill. Like he was just, I feel like I could hang with him
Yeah.
because of just like how
'Cause,
funny
like,
it
he's
was.
chill, you're chill, everybody's chill.
Exactly. He's chill, I'm chill. It's a
yeah.
whole thing. And I'm like, is this like celebrity crush like coming into real life?
Mm.
Anyways, it was just a whole thing. And I think my biggest thing, I probably need to tell that story more often, is that like a celebrity technically slid into my DMs. Like
He definitely did.
Can I-
Not
can
You
I
need to
technically.
say
tell
that?
everybody
It
in the whole
literally
world
did.
this story every time you meet them.
That should be
Ugh.
on your Instagram bio. Tag him
It
in it.
should. JP Sax lover. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
That would be awful.
Whoa.
But I actually did. Okay, this is a good segue too. Did I tell you guys that he's opening for John Mayer his
Shut
solo
up.
tour? And I'm going to
No,
that tour.
no
in October.
way.
But I
Kiara.
mean, my tickets
You're
are
in like
so high
a
up.
relationship.
Oh
now.
yeah, I'm fully
Like,
happy in
so-
a relationship.
Yeah, so
Oh.
that kind of sucks.
It
though.
does.
100%.
Because what if you
friggin'
lock
love
love
eyes
Colton,
again?
but
What if you
that
lock
kinda
eyes
sucks.
again and he like, what are we gonna do?
I would say no. I have a boo thing 100% because I fully
Yeah,
love
right.
who I'm with. But I think it's just the fact that he was my celebrity crush. I met him and I feel like he knows who I am and he slid into my DMs. Like
yeah,
I feel like that's a lot of power to have. But anyway, it's a great story, and I'm technically going to see him again in October when he opens for John Mayer. But I will be in the boonies, so it's not even like it's going to be like I walk in eye contact. I will be teeny tiny to him. So
maybe you
won't
go
even know I'm
even
there,
pinker
but-
this time. Maybe I'm thinking like highlighter pink, so we can really
Hot pink.
Oh, I just actually highlighter pink head to toe, so he sees me
Yes, full
up
body.
there. Oh gosh,
Well-
no, it was a good story, and it made me happy, and I
I really
honestly
like
forgot
that.
about that until you brought it up. So thank you for bringing it up.
Mhm.
And now the world knows. So JP, if you're listening, know that I see you, and I think you're amazing. And with that, that's my
Amazing.
summer.
Wow.
Okay, Mare.
Mare, I
tell
feel
us
like you've had a
about
pretty good
your
concert
summer.
experience, maybe potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, like it was
maybe.
decent. I don't know. I kind of fell asleep a little bit, but
Oh my gosh.
no, my summer is like kind of big. This is like a big time in my life, in me and my husband's life. Like I got a new job this summer, so that started. Yeah, I was nervous because I went from teaching to now I'm a director of worship, and I was nervous about not having summers off. But honestly, like I can go home over lunch and like do laundry. Like no one asked me to cover their recess duty.
That's so
you know?
nice. You deserve that.
Like
That's a
tomorrow morning
thing?
we have like yes, oh my gosh, totally. Like or like tomorrow we have an internet guy coming here in the morning to fix something, and like I can like he's coming at like 9:00 and like I can just say like, hey, I'll be in after that, like when he leaves, like 9:15, 9:30, and like it's just like cool,
Mhm.
you know, like
Mhm.
it's so worth it, even though I don't get a summer off. It's just so much more like free and yeah, no, it's really cool. I really, really like my job. So that started, and then, but right before that, Noah, my husband, and I went to Denver. His sister Danielle lives there, so we went to see her, and then we went to a Quinn 92 concert at Red Rocks.
I love Quit 92.
It was awesome. It was awesome. That his openers were Julia Fox, which she
Wow.
rocks.
Yeah, she's
and
cool.
then Arizona. Yeah. And it was amazing. Honestly, I kind of liked Noah and I talked afterwards. We liked Arizona the best. Like, I think part of it was like the vibes were just immaculate. Like, we kind of snuck into like the lower bottom section. Like, we had general admission seating, but we kind of snuck into where there's the reserve seating, and people were like just starting to come for Quinn 92, so we didn't quite get kicked out yet. So we were standing in like a good spot. The sun was just going down. Like, people were like knew the songs enough to like stand up and kind of dance along and sing a little bit, but like everyone was just kind of like hanging out and talking. Like, I don't know, it was so fun. And then of course when Quinn 92 came on, it was amazing. He puts on such a good show, and it was so good. But yeah, that was awesome. And
That's so fun.
going to Denver, and then we went to like Fraser Winter Park area. And I've never been in like a little mountain town like that before. Like, there are up there, and they're just so cute and cool. And yeah, no, it was awesome. So that rocked. Came back, started the job, and last weekend I went to the Taylor Swift concert in Minneapolis.
Heck yeah, you did.
And I don't know about either of you two, but growing up, my friend that I went with too, Lauren, she said this originally, and I was like, actually, yes, I agree with that totally. Like, growing up, I felt like concerts weren't for me. Concerts are like for people with money, or concerts are for like, I don't know, like elite, you know? Like my concerts were like Casting Crowns. My concerts
how
were
many times did we
Third
see
Day.
Casting Crowns in concert is a better
Absolutely.
question.
Totally.
Winter Jam,
Right.
every single year in the
gosh.
2000s.
Winter Jam, right? Like
Yes.
concerts are like your youth group goes and you
Yes.
raise money for it.
Yeah.
That's the only way. Like I remember begging to go to a Jonas Brothers concert for my birthday, and like
Yeah,
there's just
right.
no way.
Yeah,
Like
Right.
you know what I mean?
No.
No, I agree with you. I think that it was like a certain way, and it was like probably just like the Christian bands. That's what I thought
Sure,
concert
absolutely.
was.
Yeah, absolutely. And so like going to this Taylor Swift concert, it was literally like I wanted to go to these concerts when I was younger. Like I wanted to go like her Red tour. Like I wanted to go and see these, but I couldn't because I was like 12 and had no money,
Right.
and who's gonna freaking drive me, you know? And so then to be able to go now as an adult, and also we had 5th row seats.
Wow.
So
That's insane to me.
it was insane. It was insane. Like
Did she lock eyes with you?
Oh yeah, duh. We're best friends. We're on the first name basis.
Wow.
Except when she looked at me, I did get a tummy ache because I realized the look on my face was like I was screaming like a psychopath. And like I know that she doesn't actually see me, but I was like, oh my gosh, this is what she's gonna think of me, is that I'm screaming I'm a psychopath. And I got a tummy ache.
You literally would overanalyze that.
Oh yeah, totally.
There was thousands of
gosh.
people there.
Oh yeah,
And-
I'm scream singing.
The
You
lights are
belong
so
with
bright.
me, and she's looking at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna think that I'm crazy. You know?
She probably was looking at your little disco ball
Yeah,
earrings
so
and thinking those are
cute.
cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. My outfit was great.
Yeah, they were
My
cute.
feet have never been so blistered. Like the whole tops of my feet are just rubbed raw. I'm gonna put them in frames so I can show you guys at least.
You know, I was curious about.
Okay, yeah. I do
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
I do see that. I see.
Yeah,
I mean, a
that's
blob
kind of what
of
I'm seeing,
red.
blobs.
It was
But
just
I
like
feel like I
there.
remember you saying, and these shoes are really comfortable. Don't worry, you guys.
yeah, I thought so. Which
I
I always do this. I put them on and I like vacuum around the house in my like new shoes, and I'm like, oh, they're comfy.
Oh yeah.
And then I go and try to walk 2 miles, and I'm like, ow,
Right.
I'm in pain.
Oh, 100%.
And I know this about myself, and I don't like it about myself, but when I'm uncomfortable, everyone around me is gonna know. I'm not like I'm not a trooper. I'm gonna complain about it. You know what I mean?
2 miles in hell.
Oh
If
yeah.
I'm in hell, you're burning with me.
Yeah, you're
Uh-huh.
coming with me.
Sorry. Hey, I know
Wait,
it's it's a character flaw, but I'm sorry, can't help it.
I have kind of a question concerning
Yes.
the concert thing. I feel like my visual, because I haven't gone, but I see a lot of videos on the post concert of the walk back to
Yes.
the like parking structure or cars, whatever. Is it actually that much of a madhouse? Like all those thousands upon thousands of people like exiting the venue? Is it like a herd? Like, is it like a herd of you guys?
Yeah, super good question. So, my experience was Taylor Swift. I was nervous about Swifties. I was nervous about the fans because Swifties are intense.
Yeah.
Everyone there was so nice.
Aww.
So nice.
Oh, that's
Everyone I
good.
interacted with was so kind until we were all leaving.
Stop.
And
Give us the tea.
That's kind of when like all the like, okay, I'm over it now. It's like 11:30. I'm tired. My feet hurt. Like, get me out of here. Was like kind of the vibe that I was getting from everyone. So like, yeah, the exit is like super small. Like even so, we were on the floor because we had 5th row seats. The only way up is through like stairs, So even to like funnel everyone onto like these tiny stairs took a long time, and then everyone like walking up and then getting out, and then the exit of the arena they had like a wall, a fence wall kind of to like guide you where, and it was just so slow, and I could hear people around like, oh, go this way, go that way, like trying to like find little ways around people. I'm like, everyone chill, like we're just going. It's just
everyone's
slow.
trying to find their car.
Everyone's trying to find the car. Everyone's trying to get out as quick as they can. Like, relax, So that was my experience with that. Yeah, it was kind of annoying, but it was like fine. Honestly, if my feet wouldn't have hurt so bad, it wouldn't have been that bad. But we also
Yeah, that
walked.
makes sense.
Like Lauren's aunt and uncle lived like a couple blocks away, so we parked at their house and then walked to the arena. Except we both had such bad blisters, we did end up Ubering.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'm
happened.
curious.
But,
I know you said your favorite album was Fearless. Is that correct?
it's kind of a tie between Red and Speak Now.
Okay, so not what I said at all. My bad.
No, not at all.
No.
Nope.
So I know the last time we talked before your concert, you knew on her set list she was only going to do one of those songs. Did she end up
on
doing
her Speak Now?
Did she end up doing more,
Oh yeah,
or
good
did she only do one?
question.
So, which honestly, she's smart for this. I was thinking about this because I was like, why does she only have one Speak Now song? She only had Enchanted, that "Don't You Let It Go," like that, I was enchanted to me.
I'm not going to pretend like I know it. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
whatever.
I do.
It's
yes.
like that bridge
Yes.
that's like, please don't.
Oh,
be
yeah,
in love
yes.
with-" That one,
Yes.
yeah. So it's that song. And I was like, why doesn't she have more? Well, then a month or two ago, she released that she is going to come out with her Taylor's version of Speak Now. She comes out with that at the beginning of July. So it makes sense. And even her debut album, she doesn't really have many. I don't think she has any of those on her set list. She does some of them if it's like a surprise song, but she doesn't have a Taylor's version of that album either. She wants to own her music and she wants people to listen to the songs that she owns.
Yeah.
So she's not going to have half of this Speak Now album if she doesn't own it.
That's very true.
So it's kind
That's
of
a good
smart.
point.
So anyways, she did do 2 surprise songs. Our secret songs were Paper Rings from Lover, which I don't know that song
Oh.
super well. I do like that song. I don't know it super well.
You with paper rings.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That is
That's right.
a cute one.
It is cute. And then if this was a movie, she started playing the intro and I was like, I think I know this. And then she started singing it and the words were flying out of my mouth. And I was like,
Stop.
how do I know?
So
It was like
Yeah, I love
when
it.
we re-listened like Barlow Girl or something like that we haven't
Mm.
listened to in so long,
100%.
but you remember every word. It was like that. So that was really cool. But on night 2, which I did not go to,
Right.
on night 2, she did Dear John, which everyone lost their mind over because she's coming out with Speak Now.
Speak
Again.
Now. Oh,
And
that was so cool.
that there's all those memes about it was Jake Gyllenhaal's turn to
Right.
be Rosa, now it's John Mayer's
Mhm.
turn. And so
Yeah.
for her to do that, and before she sang that song though, she basically told everyone don't trash on John Mayer when this album comes out. She said, she said, I'm 33 years old. I don't need you to defend me from someone who you think I wrote this song about when I was 19.
Wow.
It was
Go on,
honestly,
Taylor.
but I have a lot of
Probably
respect for her
good,
for doing
though.
that. Yeah, especially if
probably
he's coming
good
out
'cause people would have.
and I'm nervous for him to go on tour. Swifties are ruthless. Swifties
I
are going
thought
to get
about
tickets
that.
to his concert and
Yeah, Kiara,
chuck
what if
things
he
at him.
dies before you get to his concert?
Oh my
Stop.
gosh.
Please
JP
don't.
Saxe would take over. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, he would, and then I would still go.
That'd be great.
But
yeah.
I did think about that though, the fact that he's going on tour, kind of in this era.
So
of
part
her
of me
Speak
wonders
Now
if there's
coming out.
if there's any defamation suit type of stuff. If she's trying to avoid that type of, you know what I mean?
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyways, it was amazing. It was one of the best nights of my life. It rocked.
I
rocked.
am a little bit jealous. I will be honest. I have a little bit of FOMO, a little bit of jealousy towards you.
Yep. I do wish I would have taken more
I think
videos,
rightfully
which
so.
I didn't think that I would feel that way. I was really trying to be in the moment, but now I'm
Yeah.
I have 5 videos.
Yeah.
Her performance for Lover, which is not really a song that I've ever been drawn to. It's not one that calls to me Cardigan calls to me,
Mhm.
But that the performance for that was so beautiful. She had her dancers pretend to be couples, and she had a living room set up almost, and they were all just dancing around the living room while she's playing this on a guitar and singing. It was just so dreamy and sweet, and I don't have video of it. I'm sure I could find it on TikTok, but
Yeah. Did you cry?
I thought that I would weep the whole time, but I was in shock.
Oh.
I honestly think I was so in shock of oh my gosh, she's literally I don't know.
Not far from you.
She's not far from me. She's literally my car parked outside my apartment is farther away than she was to me.
Yeah.
is nuts.
Yeah.
And so I did cry during Betty, which I didn't think that Betty would be the song that I would cry during. But I think it's because I've listened to that song so much in my car. And then I like had the realization of like, oh my gosh, I'm listening to her sing this. Like I'm listening, she's right there and she's singing this. Like that like hit me. And so then I like did tear up then. But no, I thought like All Too Well, I loved that song before it was like the 10-minute version.
Oh my
like
gosh.
I loved that song when I was in 10th grade. Like I thought that I would cry during that. I thought that I would cry during Cardigan. I thought that I'd cry during August. No, I was just like my jaw was like on the floor the whole time. I was just in awe. It
seems like it's very theatrical too. Like it's not. I feel like there's one thing to go for a musician, and then one to go for like
a
whole freaking production. And
it
like,
was like
she
3
did a
and
whole
a half
production.
hours, and like the costume
wild.
changes were nuts. Like she did the whole like everyone has an umbrella, and they bring the umbrella down around her and bring it back up, and she's like in a new outfit.
That's
or like
crazy.
have you seen the meme of like her like diving, like she dives into the stage?
Yeah. Did
and
she
then
do that?
she did, and her stage is so long that it showed a camera like on the big screen. It showed a camera pointing down, and it showed a graphic of her like swimming up, and then she came up at the other end in a different
That's
That
so
is
costume.
cool.
Like
crazy.
the production was just done so well. It just all looked so good. Yeah, it was awesome.
How
It was
fun
awesome.
to like be a creative and just like get to dream up all these wild things to
know.
do.
Yeah.
And that you know that it's going to be super cool and everyone's going to be just super into it. I
Yeah.
bet it probably felt like going back to the real world was like a joke and like pretend, because it was like you
Yeah.
wanted to almost stay in that world of
Totally.
imagination
I feel
the whole
like-
time.
Oh my gosh. I feel like post concert like depression is a literal thing, because I feel like you're so entranced. Like honestly, I feel like it's similar when you watch like a crazy movie that you're just like so invested in it, kind of like you're taken up out of like your own body and you're
Mhm.
having like an out of body experience. And when you like be planted back into the real world, you're
It's
like,
like, how do I survive
yeah.
now? How do I just
Totally.
yeah,
how do I just wake up and live my normal life
Same
after
with travel, I feel like
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I took a massive trip to Europe a couple years ago. Coming home sucked. And
Yeah.
it's like when you're in that world, nothing else matters, even though obviously you have all of these things waiting for you back home. But I think it's all kind of the same vibe of just
Yeah.
getting to escape a little bit from reality, and then the reality of
Yeah.
having to go back to reality.
Yeah.
Blah.
Totally. Yeah, it rocked. I do have so I went to see my friend Sarah then in Minneapolis the next day. Because Lauren, who I went with, she was shooting a wedding the next morning, so she left right away.
Wow. How did she
yeah.
survive?
Good for her.
Well, she's a photographer. She has like a pretty big Instagram following. So she the next day put like one of those like question and answer things, was like, what questions do you have for me while I lie horizontal for the next 10 hours? And then she was just answering everyone's questions from like the concert and everything. She didn't have to be at the wedding until like 1:00, but she had to leave at like 8 because it was in central Iowa and we were in Minneapolis. So anyways, then I went to see my friend Sarah, and her husband, he was like, honestly, I feel like the real Taylor Swift is like coked out somewhere, and the Taylor that we've seen for the last 5 years has been like 12 different robots. So like once they shut down, then they just make another. And honestly, like, how is she touring, producing
Yeah.
music, making music videos? Like, she's doing all of that right now, and like her tour, there's no end in sight.
Does
You
she
know?
just
That is
keep
the
adding
crazy thing.
shows?
She keeps releasing. She
Oh,
keeps
100%.
adding like international dates. So there's no end. Like, we don't like, there's no
That's
end to this
crazy.
tour.
I'm like, she must
Isn't that
have to be
nuts?
like literally not talk from Monday to Friday, right? To like,
Oh, I
have
know.
a voice.
I thought like even on Saturday, like to prep for another concert, or sometimes she'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like, do they put her in like a medically induced coma during the day? Do they just have her
Right.
hooked up to
Just
an IV?
tea. Just
And that was my summer.
wow.
sounds great.
That's
Yeah. I have another
amazing.
couple trips planned up, but I'll talk about those another time.
Yeah.
Keep them for the next pod.
Should we do our end segment options?
I think we should.
Yes.
I
Okay.
think we should.
I have 4 options for us.
4? Whoa.
4 options. Okay.
Okay.
1, your beige flags.
Okay.
Do you know what beige
I
flags
do,
are?
and I
I
was actually
do.
just thinking about this the other day. So
That's a funny one.
Your
Okay.
beige flags. Number 2, well, this was a repeat one because I thought it would be fun and we didn't pick it before, but I have a feeling we won't pick it again.
Well, what is it? Maybe I'll
Just
maybe
say
I'll
it.
into it.
It's what kind of dog each of us would be.
No, I'm
like we get to pick.
definitely still not into it. Sorry.
Okay, cool. I will never do that one again.
Buttons for
Okay,
hands.
so actually, just getting rid of that one. 3 options.
Okay.
1, beige flags. 2, things we know about ourselves but don't like. Like how I said, I know that like if I'm uncomfortable, everyone around me will know it. I know that about myself. I
that's
don't
good.
like it. Or, would you rather, a classic would you rather, have fruit roll-ups for fingernails or Twizzlers for hair?
Why is it always with the hands?
It's just how my brain works, so.
Can we do beige flags?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna need to go last because I need to think for a sec.
I also need to think about that.
So,
I didn't
Case,
think about
can
that.
you go
Okay.
first?
You came up with the
Case-
question. You didn't ponder it at iota.
No, shut up. Okay,
Case,
for our listeners who don't know, so a green flag is like, oh, that person's good to date. Like, I don't know, that's like a good
Yeah.
quality. A red flag is like, nope,
Steer
don't
clear.
date them. Don't be around the red flag. A beige flag is just like something that's boring.
Not good,
Like,
not bad. Just is what it is.
Yeah, just a very generic or cliche thing that like someone might do or trait.
I know Mara's a beige flag.
What is my beige flag?
Sorry, before you get into it,
Tell me.
I feel like your beige
Please.
flag is that no matter how old your spandex will go, you will find a reason to keep them alive. Literally wearing the ones that I'm talking about right now. There's these
Oh my
spandex.
gosh,
I kid you
Mara.
not.
I got these.
holes.
Do you remember these from college?
Are
I
those-
got these. They're from my freshman year of high school. Duh. I got them for
High
like
school?
field hockey preseason. Oh yeah,
Oh my
they're
gosh.
old.
That is
But they are
foul.
they're Nike Pro guys. They're so
No, I
comfy.
remember this
They, like-
argument 4 years ago. It didn't hold up then. It ain't holding up now.
I'm dead.
It's not really a red flag, but it's not a green
No.
flag.
I would
It's
say
like,
it's probably leaning more towards red.
is it? No.
Yes, it is. There
I
is
love
holes in it. For you
them.
guys couldn't see, but she has an actual hole
Guys,
all in the
there's
waistband.
also paint on the back of them, okay? Don't ignore the
Do you
back.
wear them in public?
No, never. We have like a home gym downstairs and I'll wear them to work out downstairs. I won't wear them like
okay.
out and about. I mean, have I?
Mare.
Maybe in college I did.
Yeah, you
But I would,
definitely
like,
did because you'd
cover
be like,
the hole.
"Hey, can you go to my room?" And in the second drawer there is a pair of Nike
Oh,
Pro.
Well, I'll wear them like under a dress or something. You know, under a skirt.
Yeah.
Not
I
if they're
think-
going to be seen, really.
I think the flag is just no matter how old you get, like you will always keep things from like high school. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
partially sentimental value. You're like, if it's not like
Oh, it's
torn
sentimental.
completely, then I'm still wearing it. But I feel
Yeah.
like that's a pretty solid beige flag.
Yeah, and like if my friends are getting ready to clothes, like I went to see my friend Sarah this weekend and she had like a hamper full of clothes by her door and she was like, "Hey, I'm getting rid of some like old clothes. Do you want any of these?" And she would just go through. She just was like, "Want this?" And I, yep. And it's like clothes from like
Dead.
one of them was a shirt that I wore for NCDC
Oh,
when I like junior year when I like sang with that band. I like borrowed that shirt and I was like, I actually didn't take it from her because I knew I wouldn't wear it again. But I thought about it just for the sentimental purposes.
I think Kiara's beige flag is that she has 5 Instagram accounts for herself in 5 different personalities. They ain't hurting anybody, but she has 5 Instagram accounts.
That is so good.
true. That's a good one.
That's really good.
That is so true.
And maybe I'm
that's
exaggerating
such a
with
good
5,
one.
but I also am kind of confident in that 5 number as well.
No, it's either 4 or 5. So I think you're pretty spot on.
Okay. And I mean, the thing is, I follow all of them. Like, it's not even like I'm hating on you because I'm literally like, that's my friend.
gosh.
Everybody follow my friend. But I mean, could you start any more Instagram accounts?
I mean, I probably could think of a couple more options of things. Here's my problem is I wasn't that way until like last year. And then I was like, I need a creative outlet. Oh, I need some photos of trips that I don't want to post on my
You're probably going to
regular
start a
one.
film. You're probably going to start a film
I
Instagram
probably
account.
will. Should I do at Kiara photo? Add that to my Instagram bio.
Another
Kiki
Kiki
pics.
photo. Kiki
Kiki
photos
photo.
or
Kiki
whatever.
Photo. That is a really funny one, actually. That was
That was really good.
Spot
Thanks,
on.
guys.
The ones I'm
Beige
thinking
flag.
of aren't that funny. Like,
Aw.
I'm thinking of, like, what are some, like, classic Casey things? Like, Casey is very particular, but about very odd things.
Agreed.
Casey is, like, will be a, like, after, I don't know if you're still like this, but when we were at Northwestern, her area will be just a total mess for, like, a week, and then she'll go absolutely nuts for, like, 2 hours, and it's spotless, and she'll be like, why is your spot so messy?
Here's, I think what you're trying to say
Like,
is
it's
there's
got-
extremes with Casey. Her beige
There's
flag is there's
extremes with
extremes.
Casey.
It's the extreme for either a good thing or like an unimportant thing that you're like, why are
Thank
you that
you.
passionate about? I think
Yes.
that's, and I agree with
That's
that.
the beige flag, yeah.
Okay.
Not bad, not great, just a quality.
Just beige.
Just beige.
Thank you.
Oh man, that's
Casey, I thought about you
funny.
the other night because I was getting the coffee set for the morning and I spilled a couple of
Oh my gosh, did you
grounds.
pick them up?
No way.
Oh my gosh.
But I remember that was like your biggest pet peeve of I think so. Of mine whenever we lived together was like there's grounds all over the damn floor.
Oh my gosh.
Like you walk out in the morning, there's just grounds on the floor.
I will just say
What
there
did
is
we have?
nothing
Did
worse
we
than
have,
being
like, a
barefoot in a
Keurig?
kitchen and stepping into like a wet puddle or like
Yeah.
something on the ground that somebody could have taken 30 seconds to pick something up.
I'm looking, crumbs everywhere.
Ugh.
Yeah, Meredith is looking for those crumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was
I
good.
liked
Why
that.
why do I
That
need
was
to
fun.
be particular about like I thought you were going to say something about the way that I take my shoes off or the way that I brush my
Oh
teeth.
my gosh, yes. Yes, Casey, if you are around Casey and you just slip your shoes on and off, she will give you a whole like sermon on a TED
I
Talk
forgot
about
that.
how your shoes are going to get stretched out. You better untie those laces.
I forgot.
And you know
about
what? I
that.
don't out of spite.
Stop.
And all my shoes
Well, you're
get
gonna have
stretched out and
bad
ruined.
ankles because you're not gonna have any ankle
do.
support.
They get my shoes get ruined. So thanks. You ruined my shoes.
Because of your spite. Good.
Yes.
Good. That's what you deserve.
I forgot
That's
you were
my
so particular
red
with your
flag.
shoes. Yeah,
Oh my
red
gosh,
flag.
I did
actually.
forget about that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's good.
Yeah. Well,
was
honestly, guys,
funny.
this was just so fun to talk. It's been a minute.
I know.
Yeah, I
like, for
agree.
real.
We needed this.
Yeah. we
Um,
need to do this next week.
we do need to do this again. Not Kiara sending us a TikTok literally in the middle of us recording
Literally
right now.
during.
Well, literally doing this because I saw it on TikTok and it was like this girl saying her boyfriend is like so particular with his like money or so, and I think I realized that's probably one of my beige flags is that I'm like I could drop a good amount of money on something that is so not important, and then like if like my comforter is like to shreds and it's like $40 on Amazon, I'm like, ooh, like too much. I'm like, that's actually a freaking good deal. But then I'll go to Home
Absolutely.
Goods and spend like $200
That's so funny.
on things that I don't actually need, but I like justify it in my head,
Yeah.
So I just thought it was funny. So I put it in our chat.
I like that.
I'll make sure to watch it right
do.
after this.
Right
I
after.
won't. Out of spite.
Out of spite.
All right. Well, guys,
Hey,
it was great
thank
talking to you.
Thank you for talking
That was
with
really
us.
fun.
Thanks, listeners, for
Yeah.
listening, and come back
Yes.
next week.
Come back. We
Please
love
come
having you. If you want to chat with us, email us at itsbeenforeverpod@gmail.com or, slide into our DMs just like JP Sack. You're welcome in there
Yes.
as well.
Please.
Yeah, just shoot us a DM. I don't know. Just talk to us. Okay. We like you guys and we want to get to know you.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, bye.
Okay. Okay. See ya.
Well, on that note,
I don't
bye-bye.
know. No one was
I know.
leaving.
Everybody get the hell out.
See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.